Hey guys, so I just made my biggest storage unit buy ever. So about a week ago, I got a message on Instagram. A lady told me that she was friends with a guy that was selling off all his inventory. He's a longtime reseller that is retiring, and she was interested in buying one or two pieces, but he really just wanted to sell it all at once, and it was just way too much stuff for her to handle. So she gave me his number, gave him a call, went and took a look at the stuff. He wasn't really comfortable with me filming, so I didn't bother filming, but I will walk you guys through everything that happened. He had 3 units. 2 of them were 10 foot by 40 foot, and one of them is 20 foot by 30 foot. So it's 1,400 square feet of inventory, and they're all just like completely packed, loaded with stuff that he has been buying and reselling for years. Spent about an hour looking through the units, and I brought a flashlight because the 40-foot units, even if it's sunny out, it's pretty dark back at the back of those units, so it's kind of hard to see what's in there. And there's just no possible way I could have looked in every box because neither he nor I had a whole day to do that. So I just was trying to get my best idea of what was there. There was a lot of good stuff. There was antiques, records, a lot of really good furniture, just a lot of good sellable inventory. A lot of times when I look through storage units, it's just a bunch of crap that nobody really wants. But I was really surprised. The guy has a good eye, and it was stuff that I wanted. The guy was super nice, telling me stories about everything he had bought, and we were just having, you know, a lot of fun talking about reselling, kind of our best finds, things like that. And I noticed that he really wasn't crazy about talking numbers. I had to be the one that brought it up. So eventually I just, you know, asked him like, hey, what are you wanting for all this stuff? He said he wanted $5,000, and that is a lot of money. I didn't have that kind of cash on me, but I was still really interested in the stuff. I told him, let me go home, talk with my wife. I'll let you know as soon as possible if it's something that we're interested in. So that night I talked with my wife, and we were kind of weighing the option of what the garage sale season is going to look like. Garage sales are my bread and butter, and this time of year, usually garage sales are hot and heavy, and I'm getting tons of stuff, really good inventory. But with all this pandemic craziness that's going on, there aren't that many garage sales. I'm hoping that they start picking up here soon, and there's a bunch of them to go to, but right now that's not the case. Another thing we talked about is I really can't just take all this stuff out and move it. It's so much inventory. Really the only way it's going to work is if I take over the rent on these units, which is a little over $500 a month. So on top of the money I'm paying for the product, I'm going to be paying a little over $500 a month to just store the stuff. So I've got to figure out how long is it going to take me to move all this stuff, and I'm racing against the clock to still make profit on this while paying rent. So we both agreed it was probably still a good buy. I shot him an offer of $4,000 cash. He accepted, and the next day I came and put all my locks on the units. I got in touch with the lady on Instagram again, told her I bought everything, and I will definitely be sending her some kind of referral fee and also giving her first crack at looking through the units, seeing what she wants to buy. So hopefully she can find some stuff to make some money on. I want to show you guys everything in these storage units. That will probably take some time. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go ahead and open these up now, kind of show you guys an overview of everything, and then I'm going to make 3 more videos doing a deep dive into each storage unit, and those will probably be 30 minutes or more each, and I don't think anybody wants to watch an hour-and-a-half long YouTube video. So I'm going to break this up for you guys. I'll bust these open now, and in the next 3 days I'll release a video each day doing a deep dive of each one. And if you guys are watching this far into the future, then I will have links down in the description of each storage unit so that you can kind of watch them in sequential order if you want to. All right, this is the first 10 by 40. Might be kind of difficult to see all the way back there, so we'll do a later deeper dive. But you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 storage racks. Each one of them is pretty much full of stuff. Here is a wooden fence. Somebody's put a cast iron gate on. There's some rims. They might be in such bad shape that I just got to scrap them. There's a big easy pop-up tent. Just so much stuff, and I think this might be the one that I want to break the other 2 down into. I know one thing that I'm going to need to do is eventually get down to 1 to 2 of these storage units. As I start to sell the stuff, I'd like to free up, you know, empty up one of those units, and then I'm not paying the rent on it. So the fact that this one has storage shelves is nice, is because, you know, some of the stuff that I want to set aside, I can be storing it here while I'm trying to empty some of the other ones. Here is the next 10 by 40. I think the springs in some of these doors are starting to go bad. I might need to let the management know, because they're just starting to come down a little bit when I lower them. This one has some storage racks too, which is nice. I think it has 5, and as you can see, stuff is just stacked up. And this unit might be the hardest amount of work that I have to do, because way back in the back there's just tons and tons of furniture and lamps, and a lot of his mid-century modern stuff, which sells really well right now. I've got one antique booth, but I'm probably going to open up a second one just for the furniture. There's some artwork in here. Here is an old radio. There's really just a little bit of everything in these units. Like, here's a shirt new in the packaging. Here's some die-cast cars, a Polaroid. Old Fisher-Price toys. Like a whole tote of Fisher-Price toys. Here's a whole bin of vintage cars. So these are kind of like your old style Tootsie toy cars. And then some old planes, Hot Wheels, that type of stuff. Alright, here's the 20 by 30 unit. It's kind of a double unit, but it's connected. So there's no wall between it or anything like that. This one you can probably see to the back a little bit easier. It is really hard to walk through. I mean, there is just a narrow path to get through all this stuff. So you can see just how overloaded this stuff is. And I didn't realize how much shelving this one has too. This one's also got about 5 or 6 shelves, so that's good. Once again, we got some old toys. Here's a display case with some knives, stuff like that. Just a lot of weird odds and ends. Lots of furniture. You guys can see a lot of furniture stacked up here, and there's a lot more back there. There's also some vintage clothing on that rack and on this rack here. We got a guitar, some old Christmas stuff up there. Just all kinds of random stuff. It's kind of going to be like a treasure hunt. I'm pretty excited to go through this. Now, the way I'm going to sell this is I want to move it relatively quickly. If I tried to maximize every dollar out of everything in there, it would take me years. And with the rent I'm going to be paying on this, that'd be $6,000 extra a year just to store the stuff. So I'm going to sell bulk lots to resellers, both local and around the country. I'm going to find a lot of the smalls. There's a lot of jewelry in there. Those Hot Wheels cars. I know there's comic books. I think there's some coins. A lot of different smalls that I'm going to do bulk lots of and sell on my website. I'm going to price them so that there's enough meat on the bone for you guys to resell the stuff. I know without garage sales and thrift stores have been closed for a while that you guys probably need inventory. So I'll price it to sell, leave enough meat on the bone for you guys, because I would rather move it quickly and not have to pay this rent than try to just maximize every dollar. So I'm going to put a link below to my website, and I will keep you guys updated when I get stuff listed on there. As far as the bigger stuff goes, if there's any local resellers to Cincinnati that are watching this, shoot me an email. My email is down below. You can come out, pick through the stuff, you know, find a big lot of stuff that you want to resell and sell to you for one, you know, wholesale price, so that you can make some money. I'm happy to get this stuff moved, because I really don't want to pay rent on this place for years down the road. If I'm done with 2 of these units and I'm only paying rent for one of them after like 4 or 5 months, I would be really happy about that. So check back on my channel in the next 3 days. I'm going to do a deep dive into each of these units, and hopefully we find some treasure in there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.